This video is sponsored by Titan Army, more about them later in the video. So I decided to check out Skyrim's newest and most successful mods to see if the modders managed to push this old game even further and closer to modern game standards. And to my surprise, yes, there is actually a lot we have to talk about. So the first mod that changes things drastically is SkyParkour, procedural parkour and climbing framework. Yes, remember Parkour? Parkour! Basically, it's all about jumping and climbing over objects while maintaining momentum, an iconic game mechanic from games like Prince of Persia or Assassin's Creed. In other words, also a direct upgrade to the Skyclimb mod featured in episode 43. Overall, it is not much different though. Basically, you just hit the jump button to vault over things or climb onto something. Although with this mod you can actually hold down the button and, well, free run. Your character will automatically scale all possible objects. This is of course a huge improvement and a more fluent overall movement experience, just like in the mentioned games. Another improvement is that you can sort of grab onto ledges and stuff in mid-air, making the whole thing even more parkour-ish. Everything also works in first-person view, by the way, so pretty much mirrors Edge style. Now, there can be some minor bugs like this one here, although this is technically not a bug since the mechanic worked properly, more like a minor inconvenience. But overall it works really well 99% of the time. So overall it is definitely a huge improvement to Skyclimb and a huge step forward in terms of modernizing the gameplay, of course. Another mod that is a huge upgrade is Modex, a mod explorer menu. Just like AddItemMenu or Asp Explorer, this mod is meant to make getting items, whether it is from mods or vanilla, much easier. Except that this mod also includes functions from other useful mods, all combined in a very convenient to use menu that can be opened with the delete button. Here you can search items just like with AddItemMenu, by name or by plugin, and add them to the inventory, or place them on the ground, or even instantly equip them. This menu also displays all kinds of useful information, like equipable item stats, and there are also all kinds of filters you can use here too. The basic idea remains the same though. What is new here, however, is that by clicking that cube icon you can also look up static objects and place them in the world. That can be used for decoration, for example. Another function this menu includes is the option to look up NPCs and creatures too, which you can then spawn, or of course you can also teleport to the existing NPC or teleport them to you as well. So in other words, this is similar to the old Get Over Here mod, which made my life a lot easier, by the way, back in the day. And another interesting function we got here is the option to look up world cells and then teleport there. So basically stuff we used to do with console commands. With this it is of course much faster and much more convenient. So all in all, this is definitely a powerful tool that combines many useful features. The only thing I kinda miss here is an actual 3D model of the items, like it is the case with AddItemMenu, but other than that it is definitely quite awesome. Next we have a mod to revolutionize combat, or more like a part of it. Core Impact Framework. This one is actually a bit hard to show off. Since this is a framework, it makes possible to customize effects related to weapons, spells and their resulting actions. What the heck does that mean? Well, basically in the vanilla game the impact calculations happen in a rather simple way. All that is considered is the actor's race, weapon material and stats. However, with this framework, oh boy, each impact is analyzed and calculated through a series of filters, resulting with a set of modifiers that can be applied in form of visuals, sounds and physical effects. In other words, this is supposed to, at least in theory, deliver an absolutely new and unique combat experience. But how does it work in reality? Well, basically you can mess around with JSON files and try to customize all those parameters yourself if you have nothing better to do, or you can of course download one of the mods that are based on this framework. like for example Attack of Chicken. Yes, this is definitely going to blow your mind and show you just how far Skyrim came. This is actually a Zelda-inspired thing and obviously a true nightmare. Fortunately though, the townsfolk helped me murder their own chickens. Thanks guys, appreciate it. Why does my character look like he had a heart attack? I don't know. I mean, this is just the kind of stuff you expect from a Bethesda game anyway, so I have to say, I certainly selected the right mod to show off this groundbreaking new feature. Another super duper upgrade mod we got here is Sanguine Symphony. This mod is about blood. Yes, we are bringing blood to a whole new level here. It may not sound very groundbreaking at first, but hey, you have to consider that it's not just blood we are talking about here. It also involves hydraulics oil and hemolymph, that's the stuff bugs have. Okay, fine, it overhauls combat impact with brutal visual effects like adaptive blood splatter, detailed decals, HD wound textures and custom sound design. It also adds slow motion kills, hit impulses and subtle physics tweaks to make each strike feel heavy, violent and deeply satisfying. Yeah, that's from the mod description. Well, this is also a mod that makes use of the new core impact framework, so obviously the whole tell don't show mechanic applies here. But no, seriously, this mod is actually a big deal, because it adds sounds and visual effects that correspond to different weapon and armor specific parameters. Depending on where you hit the enemy, there will be a different sound and blood splatter effect, for example. Also, ragdoll physics will be different based on armor material and weight. There is also this slow-mo finishers option too, to make the final hit look cooler, like we have seen it in similar mods. And of course, all that is also highly customizable through an elaborate MCM menu. So this mod is actually a good example of what the core impact framework is actually capable of and how it can make combat more awesome and realistic at the same time. I do like the Angry Chicken mod too though. Next on our list of awesome mods is Light Placer. This is however also just a framework mod and doesn't do anything on its own. Basically this is a new and advanced way to add lights to objects and actors. Unlike ENB or community shaders however, this framework allows to add real lights that can change color based on time of day and affect the detection meter during sneaking. So basically lights added through this framework are the same as static lights from the vanilla game, but they can be used anywhere, even on equipment. In other words, this is like an upgrade to ENB particle lights. Here is an example mod that relies on this new framework and adds a light effect to the Dawnbreaker. Another advantage of this framework is that it works with conditions. For this particular mod, the Dawnbreaker will only emit light while inside a dungeon. So technically it is also possible to make a weapon that, let's say, glows as soon as enemies are nearby, so kinda like this thing from Lord of the Rings, for example. That would be really cool, don't you think? So this framework certainly brings a lot of possibilities to the table. Let's see what modders can cook up with it. And speaking of visuals, it's about time we check on our sponsor, Titan Army, an awesome supplier of quality gaming monitors with very affordable prices. We got the C27A1H for testing purposes, a 27-inch Full HD curved monitor with 300Hz refresh rate and 1 millisecond response time, giving you an advantage in fast-paced games. And we were certainly not disappointed by the picture quality either, thanks to its 99% sRGB white color gamut and HDR10 high dynamic display. It also has a lot of cool enhancement mods to support your PC and improve the picture quality, as well as some nice extra functions. Just the right thing for a visually stunning gaming experience. This monitor is also currently on sale for only $174, and with our special discount code IKGZ and so on, you can get it with a 20% price reduction. So what are you waiting for? Follow the links in the description below and get your own dream gaming monitor. Conquering the gaming world with you, Titan Army. And we are going to conquer the world of Skyrim, I mean Tamriel, because dragons are there, but we are also. We shall show them who the dominant species is. I mean, the next mod is about dragons. It is actually kinda a replacer, but it is a replacer, but it is a cool replacer, very impressive looking high quality models, so it is definitely totally a very huge next level upgrade, trust me bro. Alduin, for example, will be like freaking Mecha Godzilla. No, not Mecha. Like Super Godzilla. Wait, what was it called? Space Godzilla, yeah. It will be like, roar, I'm from space. There is no air there. Oh wait, the Elder Scrolls space is different somehow? Yes, I will now pretend that I totally know all the Elder Scrolls lore. So, the dragons originally came from space, or something. We shall call them space dragons and, yeah. People probably skipped to the next mod anyway by now, so I will just stop talking. We also have an upgrade for the NPCs, and it's actually kinda going old school, chatty NPCs and followers. Very simple idea, random NPCs will engage in short conversations with each other. Seems familiar? Yes, that's obviously Oblivion. This is precisely why I said we are going backwards, but it is in a good way. I mean, some vanilla NPCs have scripted conversations already, but this here will work for every random NPC, even those added by mods. As long as they use vanilla voice types, this will work. It also works just as fine with vanilla voice followers. The NPCs will try to talk to them. The conversations can be fairly short, sometimes it is really just a brief greeting, sometimes the NPCs will throw a few lines back and forth. This bro here, for example, thought he is super smooth apparently.
Can I buy you a drink, darling?
I don't think so.
Well yeah, you get the idea, it is really kinda cool. For Oblivion times it was like totally mind-blowing, and well yeah, we definitely need that kind of old school immersion here as well. Next we have a couple more NPC upgrades. First of all, this accessory mod is really something. What you get here is a huge amount of cool and lore-friendly accessories, but the selling point is that they all have nice physics. I mean, capes with physics are quite old by now, so it is not really a new idea. This mod is more like an expansion to this idea and introduces items like scarves, handbags, backpacks and even some light sources. All those items look great, and what's more important, the physics are clip-free. And of course there is also the option to distribute all those goodies to NPCs as well. So you will run across all this and, well, you get the idea, it will be super immersive. Even Maik got the latest drip already, right here, right now. I mean, that speaks for itself. And some more hot drip coming right up. Common clothing expansion. Actually nothing special, just 4 new outfits and a hood for males and females. This style, however, generally looks very lore-friendly. So much that you could actually mistake it for vanilla stuff, so this mod obviously got a lot of attention. Just shows that a simple idea can get far if it is properly executed. And while we are on the topic of vanilla drip, the SMP Vanilla Armors mod is also definitely something you should not skip. Just as the name suggests, this adds some high quality physics to most of the vanilla armors, basically to those that have class farts and where it makes sense. Armors like the Nightingale, for example, Studded or Royal Vampire. A good slice of well-needed realism. You can also choose whether only the player will get this new physics or if it will be applied to all the armors. This is probably to reduce the burden on weaker PCs. Staying on the topic of armors, here are a couple of noteworthy ones. The Templar Assassin armor, for example, is a perfect choice between elegance and functionality. This outfit has a great attention to detail, is available in different colors, and also consists of many modular parts with some options to choose from, like the belt for example. This is also a complete set with a fitting dagger and sword, so it can be used for some action right away. Another great armor is the Lavatera Armor. This one is a bit more skimpy, fantasy style one for sure, featuring this "I don't see what you did there" helmet. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? It has nice physics and stuff, with all those chains. Well, we could play a game of who do you think is wearing that? And it's Lydia. Did you manage to guess right? Let me know in the comments or something. Fortunately, Lydia is a Nord, because I don't think those metal chains are a good Sovngarde from Skyrim's cold climate. Get it? Because Sovngarde is kinda like Asgard, and Asgard because... never mind. But wait, we also have a very protective armor here too. Lifesworn Vestiges, champion of Arkay armor. Okay, maybe this is a bit too protective. I mean, that helmet, it would literally be like this. Yep, I think there might be someone in front of me, I better swing. But other than that, it's a very cool armor, very detailed, nice physics, and also a very cool heavy mace to go along with it and dispatch some Arcanian judgments or justice, kill some undeads and stuff. Anyway, this is enough armors for now, I think. It's time for some adventures and some custom voiced followers. Yes, we are doing 2 in 1. Heart of Ice Astrid is a fully fleshed out custom voiced follower with over 2,300 professional voice lines and a small adventure that includes main and side quests, also with some branching decisions you can make, different endings, romance choices and all that. So everything you need for a good time. It all starts in the Frostfruit Inn in Rorikstead, where some action apparently took place.
Well, she, actually, was seeking for someone, turned the table and ran out yelling curses.
So to investigate, we have to go to the Blue Water Cave, where we find this mysterious woman. There she is, the mistress of hair clipping.
My name is Astrid of Haraldson, daughter of Eivor. I am the champion of Svalbard and a great warrior from Roskria. This pattern proves I am the best of the best, and you are looking at the greatest swordsman from the island. So please, be so kind and say what you want from me.
Yes, she humbly informs us that she is the best swordsman ever, despite using an axe for some reason. Also, sorry Zoro, I guess, and that she is in search of an artifact from her homeland.
Not so long ago, a valuable artifact was stolen from my homeland. The Ragnar's Fleece, it is called. And I, as the worthiest person for this task, am here to right a wrong.
So obviously we help the strong independent female on her quest. Also there are romance options, so sorry Lydia, but I don't love you anymore. I mean, you are not the one who shall carry my burdens from now on. Okay, third wheel dismissed. So this mod shows its quality really fast. She will comment on the surroundings, there are a lot of chatter lines, and they also try to pull off somewhat of a cutscene-like action right here.
Damn it. What? What the? The ceiling! The cave is flooded! It's collapsing! Turn around! Pull the chain! Let me out! It won't budge! Please help me!
Oh, too bad, the chain mechanism seems to be broken. Oh well, rest in peace, I guess. This quest mod turns out to be shorter than I expected. Oh wait, there is another chain over here.
Oh God, I thought I was gonna die there. I need to take a break.
So, long story short, since we saved her life, she is now bound to carry our burdens. Yeah, that's the best way to summarize it. And from here on you can either use her as a regular custom voiced follower, or talk to her regularly, unlock new dialogue options, pursue her storyline further, and so on. Well, I already said that this is a great quest/custom voiced follower mod, so there is not much to add to this. And this is it for this episode. The links to all mods are as always in the description below. Don't forget to endorse the mods you like, and make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more. I thank you all for watching, and see you around.